Yeah, I couldn't choose two plays, but if I had to choose two games, probably just my last game. Just one game, just my last game. I feel like I left it all out there. Just got one more opportunity to play with my brothers that I've been playing with the last 3 years. Just really summed up my whole time at Penn State, and I get to leave it all out on the field. I would say my ghost rush. I feel like all my pass rush moves are really my best. I feel like I like to switch it up a little bit.
After that last game that you played, you had already established yourself as the best pass rusher. Why was it so important, even though you were injured, to play that game?
I just feel like my teammates needed me. I couldn't have played, but I felt like just leave it all out there, give us the best opportunity to win, and I feel like that's what I did. And if I had to do it again, I'd make the same choice.
Abdul, your versatility is used like a strength. What position do you enjoy having on the defensive side?
Yeah, definitely defensive end, edge rusher, but I feel like I can play wherever my coaches need me, and wherever they feel a need, that's where I play. It's been good. I'm really just starting to heat it up right now. I just got cleared to really start training, start working out again. So what my next couple of weeks look like, just me getting ready for my pro day, and once I get to my pro day, to perform at an elite level.
How would you describe your style of play? What do you bring to a team?
I think I bring energy, effort, versatility, and I feel like when the biggest moments come around, that's where I play at my best. Yeah, probably about 90% right now, but these next couple months, this next month, I feel like is where I really get to start getting close to 100. Yeah, I feel like you definitely need a franchise edge rusher. If you look at all the great teams that won Super Bowls, that you have that one standout great defensive player, and I feel like I'm that. The one that comes to mind when I first think of one is Von Miller.
Have you had a chance to meet Patriots coach Mike Vrabel and himself?
Yes, sir.
What were your impressions?
Very serious, very upfront guy. Like he all about his business, which is what I like. He was really straightforward with me, and I feel like I like him. No preconceived ideas. Yeah, he's one of the guys that I study. Just his bend, his get off, the way he can ghost rush, the way he set up his moves, and then at the biggest moments in the biggest games, Von Miller stepped up and delivered. Well, based on my film study, I pretty much know what I'm gonna get. So it's really just about playing the game, being consistent throughout the game, setting them up throughout the game, and that's where I started to take over. Well, based on my film set, I'm already coming in with a pass rush plan. So basically, he give me throughout the game. I might start the game speed, turn it to inside, turn it to power. So it's all about what he give me. Then I just take over from there. I feel like I bring a lot. I could bring a lot in terms of leadership. It's something I had to step up into this year at Penn State. One of our captains went down, so I had to be a lot more vocal, a lot more, just bringing the team behind me and just being the example that people can watch. So just setting the pace. Yeah, it's very important for me. That's one of the goals I made before the season. Something I always talked about. It's what I work for. And I feel like I'm getting close to that. Just got to keep working, keep putting the effort in, and I'm going to accomplish my dream. I feel like it's very realistic, and I feel like I'm the best player in the country, and the best player should be selected number one.
Have you met with the Panthers yet, and what was that meeting like?
I have not met with the Panthers. Say it again. Yeah, I feel like I'm shaped a lot by my Philly roots. Just my toughness, my grit. I feel like that's really the biggest thing I can take from Philly, and it really made me into the man I am today. Yeah, I talked to him a lot. Just before this season, I told him like I want to be the number one pick. I want to put some work in. He took me under his wing. We trained together, worked together, and everything turned out good so far. I won't say it's no surprises. I'm really just taking in the moment. I'm really living my dream right now. But just be able to be out here living out my dream, really just taking everything one day at a time. No. All good impressions for me. I feel like they're really interested in me. I'm interested in them. All good impressions so far. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, it was dope. I really just got to enjoy my last year, really being a fan. You know, being from Philly, born and raised, supporting the Eagles really my whole life. Got to take my dad to the Super Bowl, just enjoying being a fan one last year. And so whatever team drafts me, I'm loyal to that team. They're gonna get my best only. Say it again. Yeah, whatever team I'm on, whatever team I play, they get my best. Yeah, my goal is to come in and be the guy. If I go to a team that already got established, I want to earn my spot anyway. So I want to come in and compete right away.
Speaking of Philly, he went viral for weeks ago with a friend of mine arguing about Jalon Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. So now that he won the Super Bowl, do you think that Jalon Hurts now is a bona fide top 3 quarterback in the game?
Well, I feel like whoever the champion is, they the best. So I feel like Jalon Hurts established himself. He been there, that, and this year actually winning the championship, he did nothing but only certify himself.
Who were the best offensive linemen that you went against, and how did you go about adjusting and winning games?
Probably definitely the Oregon offensive line, the way they schemed us, the way they came out with tempo, different looks, definitely gave us a lot of fits.
How did you go about adjusting it as you continued to play?
We tried to adjust at halftime, which we did a little bit, but you know they really came out with a good scheme, good game plan. So. Yeah, I feel like I'm the next one. Just looking at our history with Micah, Chop, Dafe, Adisa Isaac, Penn State is really edge rush you. We turning into that, and I'm really the next one out that mold. Yeah, I would say the work I put in my whole life. You know, my dad, he trained me to be the best player I can be, and not just being the best on the field, but off the field. And knowing all the work I put in, all the training I did, all the sacrifices I made, I know I'm the best. Yeah, it was a decision that I made. You know, I went to my coaches, had a talk with them. I just knew that my best ability was getting after the quarterback. I knew I'd be most impactful for the team, and really it would be impactful for me, knowing what I do best is getting after the quarterback. Yeah, I can grow in really every area of my game, but just using my hands more, running my feet on contact, striking, there's a lot of areas I can still improve in. Yeah, I do plan on being at the draft in Green Bay, and it's really just me living out my dreams, just being able to walk on that stage, and I really can't wait. Now, I haven't really thought about that. I'm really just trying to keep my head with my feet or just take everything one day at a time. I have, yes. I feel like it went well. I'm impressed with the coaches. I feel like they're impressed with me, and they had the number one pick. I want to be the number one pick. Yeah, it was dope. You know, I went to the last Super Bowl when they played the Chiefs. They didn't get the job done, but this year they got the job done. Happy for them. And it was really cool being one last year, being an Eagles fan. Yeah, that was something my dad made for me. He's big on the custom gear and everything, so he got me custom gear. I took him to the game. We had a great time. Got to see the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Yeah, that'd be dope. Miles is one of the guys I study, one of the guys I watch. Just his game, the way he can impact the game as a pass rusher and as a defender overall, as a special team, jumping over the pile, blocking the kick. He's one of the guys I study, try to emulate my game after. Can you say it again? I couldn't. Your phone.
Yeah, the next one among the group of Penn State defensive ends, who do you think that is that's going to be in?
Yeah, I think right now all eyes should be on Denai Dennis Sutton, number 33. He came in with me same year. He came back to Penn State for one last year. I feel like this is the year he dominates. Yeah, he came in. He flashed a lot. Very athletic, real bendy, real twitchy. He just still got some ways to develop mentally. He's a young guy, but once he gets everything under control, he'd be a really good player.
Now that you're vying for the top side of the quarterbacks, how do you think your value maybe weighs, against people in that position?
Yeah, like I said, defensive players impact the game just as much as a quarterback, and I feel like me, myself, and all the best defensive players in the country need to just start speaking out about that more because we're just important to the game as the best quarterbacks. Could you say that again?
When you get to the character conversation, do you feel like bringing that to
Yes, sir. I know my character. I know who I am. I know who I am as a person. I know how I was raised. So whatever questions they have about my character, I know how to answer them. And I know who I am as a person. And, yeah.
Abdul, if you can't I get your top 5 picks today.
I would say 1, Michael Parsons, 2, Myles Garrett, 3, T.J. Watt, 4, I'll probably say Jonathan Grenard, and a 5, somebody who came on a lot. Well, before he got hurt, he probably would have been 1 this year, but Aiden Hutchinson. You say it again? Yeah, I definitely try to model my game after Micah. Just watching him being at the same school, I've been watching him pretty much my whole career. And Von Miller is also another guy I like to study a lot, and T.J. Watt. Yeah, it's really just just getting to know me as a person, getting to know who I am, going over my film, just asking me about the plays I've made, the bad plays I've made. But it's been all good for me so far.
When you mention guys who come up and big moments like Von Miller, what is it to it? Because you have a lot of them, they get sacks, but they're not on critical moments like other guys, et cetera. What is it to having that time and
Yeah, that's the times where we get paid. Like just those critical moments where we gotta get off the field, you gotta make that big play. Those pass rushes when you gotta step up. Those are the guys who make that big play. Yeah, I ain't never been too small for nothing my whole life. Yeah, it's all about heart for me. It's all about will for me, and I got more than that than anybody. Yeah, my goal weight is pretty much 248. That's where I'm at right now. So it's probably where I'm going to play at. Probably could get a little bit heavier, but whatever my team need me at, that's where I'll be at. Yeah, I'm going to do my job. Whatever my job is, I'm going to do it at the best of my ability. Whatever my coach asks me to do, that's what I'm going to do.
And it all starts with my dad being a college football coach. He started his tenure way before I was born, but I was born in Conway, South Carolina. He was the defense coordinator at Coastal Carolina. So him being there for 13 years and next stint at Western Carolina for a year, and then started his next stint as head coach at Catawba College in Salisbury, North Carolina as a head coach. It's 12 years. Then fortunately enough, my mom lives there, and that's how our story started. So it was really easy transition from being at home in South Carolina to moving to North Carolina because all my family was already there to begin with.
a lot of people have you in mock drafts going to the Panthers.
Right.
What would that mean to you to play for, was that the team you're growing up, or what did it mean to you?
Right. It's a great opportunity just to stay at home. My family's there. I don't have many family members that don't live in North Carolina or South Carolina, so it'd be a great opportunity for me to go to the Carolina Panthers. I feel like I'm better at being that chess piece. I feel like playing multiple positions, at being an inside backer, outside backer, and sometimes playing that nickel star Sam, that position, that increases my value and increases the team value as well, just because you never know where I'll be at in the game plan for that week. A lot of teams want me to still be in that position of playing multiple positions for their club, so I'm excited for it. Right, coming in, Nolan Smith was my older brother. Him being that leader of that team for the Georgia defense, in 2022 meant everything for me. So his guidance and his mentoring throughout the years was great for me, and I really appreciate him very much. I do. Just for the person and player he is, he's a relentless player, and I feel like we're wired from the same place.
Jalon has how did you go about
Right. I know time is the enemy, and you don't get a lot of it. So my time at Georgia, I had a plan for going into my junior year to make sure I'm in this position by the end of the year. And so taking my preparation through the preseason and going towards the training and attacking it with all efforts and attacking the playbook and making sure I'm in the best environment for myself to set myself up for success going into the season. Excuse me? It's like no other. You're not going to get a more passionate coach that cares about you in all realms in anything. He gives his all every day. You won't see him with a down day at Georgia, and I appreciate all his guidance and his love that he gave for me, and especially for everybody here from University of Georgia. It don't matter if you a coach, staff member, player. You could be a guest at the practice. Just best believe if you're on that hot mic, it's for a reason. So I've been on that hot mic plenty of times. I don't. I mean, if I did, I'll tell you we'll be here for hours. So. I haven't. I haven't spoken with the Saints yet. I'm a ball player, so just being on the field is my favorite position. I mean, just being everywhere. You just don't know that anticipation of being at the outside backer one snap, and then being an inside backer in one snap, and then being a star the next snap. It gives me the comfort of that they don't know what element of surprise is going to hit them next. So. Man, a tomahawk steak. Yes. I feel like I played with plenty, so.
Have teams asked you weirder questions than that? Or what's the weirdest question you've been asked in an interview?
Man, I haven't gotten any weird questions, but I surely was prepared for it. That's probably like the weirdest one I've got about the food, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I do plan on attending the draft. I feel like that opportunity for me and my family is very big and special because many players don't get that opportunity to do so. And sitting there, going to Green Bay, having the opportunity to walk out there and greet the commissioner is like no other. So, a great player. I feel like Damon will do a great job of being at Missouri. I know his hard work ethic. I know the way he attacks things. I feel like he'll be squared away at Missouri. Right. It's great to have a lot of NFL friends, and in that sake, all the University of Georgia guys that were here the year before, getting guidance from them of what to expect and how the schedule's going to be set up and who you're going to talk to and how everything's going to be set up. So with their guidance and things like that, I feel great.
Have you met with the Panthers?
I have.
How'd that meeting go over the place?
I think it went well.
How was it to play?
I haven't.
When you look at your game, what would you say is the biggest area of improvement you'll become, like a star?
I feel that my biggest improvement throughout the year is just me just being on the field. I mean, it was a big growth gap from my sophomore year to my junior year, but I feel like my rush game has improved throughout my 3 years at Georgia. I haven't met with the Raiders. Well, I have met with the Raiders. You're correct. Yeah, I have. It was well.
Talk to me about Brock Bowers. Tell me about what you saw from him last year. You got this historic rookie season. Do you have good practice battles?
Yeah, me and Brock, I mean, crazy enough, me and Brock had class together. So we would drive back. I would drive, me and him, drive back to the facility together. And, I mean, he's a great guy, great individual, just not on the football field, but as a person. I feel like his success at the Raiders is no surprise just because I know the way he worked at Georgia. I just know the way he's wired. He's different to begin with.
How would you describe your game?
Different. You know, you're not going to find a lot of guys that will be at 4 positions in one series. So I feel that makes me the different chess piece that no one else can compare to. My time at Salisbury High School meant a lot to me, just because I had all my family members be at every game, near or far, for any sport, basketball, track, they were there. And the way that Salisbury High School was already connected with my family, I just felt like being there built a bigger power of being there at Salisbury High School as well.
You won a national title, but time you walk in the coast at the Seniors Bowl, it's tougher to win an SEC championship than it is to win a national title. Can you put that into perspective and what this year meant for you to win that title?
Right, winning the SEC championship, I do believe it's hard to win the national championship, just because winning that SEC starts week 1. You have to work day in, day out for that SEC championship, because there's, like you've seen in the playoff, there's multiple teams in the SEC that compete in the playoffs. So just having that, so many contenders for playoff contenders, the SEC is where the talent is, and I feel like the SEC is a lot to deal with throughout the season. So. I have. I feel like it was well. I feel like the conversations for them is wanting me to be an outside linebacker role, and I feel like whatever they do, they'll make the best decision for their club. It's been a long week, so I mean, I wish I could tell you.
Jalon, will you be a full participant tomorrow in terms of on-field drills and on-field testing?
I'm not. I mean, we'll be waiting for a pro day or a later date to compete.
Jalon, who's the toughest guy you went up against Georgia? I asked Michael a minute ago about his welcome to the Georgia moment. He talked about Browder putting on his ass. Who did that to you when you came in?
Man, I have to say my first welcome to Georgia moment was me being a mid-year and going against Zamir White. So I'm sitting there, and we have a thing called FUD. So he comes running through the hole 1,000 miles per hour, and I'm sitting there like, oh my God, there he goes. So he came about so quick. So I feel like that was my welcome to Georgia moment.
Jalon, what do you think are the top 5 linebackers in the game?
I can't even say, just because it's different for me, because I deem different players as linebackers. So and I might not deem myself as a linebacker myself. So who knows? I just play the game to the fullest. So. For the reason I'm going there, I do anything just to get to Green Bay. I don't know much about Green Bay, but just because the draft is being held there, I can't wait to get down there. So. Thomas Davis and Luke Kuechly, just hearing those names, just being in North Carolina, those names speak wonders. And, of course, Thomas Davis being a former UGA Bulldog, we made that connection earlier in my recruitment, and ever since then, we've been growing ever since. So. I don't know about the possibility of playing them. I don't know what the Eagles will do for them, but I got the opportunity to head down to the Super Bowl and got to cheer those guys on, and I do talk to them very often. I feel like all the Georgia guys stick together so well that when we see each other, there's no long distance or anything like that. All their success is no surprise to me, just because I know the way those guys are wired and the way they work and the talent that they've been blessed with. So.